Now, last week wasn't that great for me. I hope you enjoyed the vlog I made on the day in the life of a forex trader. It took quite a lot of effort on my part, to be honest with you. I wasn't really expecting to do it, and I didn't really know what was to come from it, but I recorded all of it off this phone here, so it was a bit hard at some points, and the lighting was quite bad when I was recording it in the morning, but I still hope you enjoyed it. Now, last week was bad in multiple reasons. Reason number one is, first of all, I lost 2 trades. So I'm down 1% on the week. I'm not down in the account, still up 1%, but I am down on the week. The second thing that was bad is that my trades were very bad trades. They weren't good trades. Even though technically they were with my plan, that is one thing I want to discuss. I am changing my plan very slightly. There is one thing I'm taking out. So one thing I would trade before was sharp moves against me, and I would collect it of a pending order. If you watched my vlog video, you would actually notice in that video my pending order was hit on that buy setup on EU. And looking back at it now, there is no reason to be buying in that market. It's clearly down. It's clearly, I even said in the video that there is a sell setup at the top, and I completely ignored it because my bias was blinding me, in effect. You know, you need to be non-biased in how you look at the market. Trade what you see, not what you feel. So those were the bad things about the market. Let's go over to the charts and we'll have a look at the 2 trades I've taken, and I'll say why they're bad, basically. So here we are. Euro US dollar 15-minute time frame. Now, what went wrong? First trade. Let's zoom in slightly. First trade, I took this buy and it wicked me out and then went in my direction afterwards. The reason for this, I initially saw this as this regular flat here, so I was looking to buy. The buy I took wasn't a valid buy. I wanted it to come down correctively, instead it came impulsively against me, and I still had a pending order to buy it. My stop loss was just below this last wick here, took me out, and it changed the structure from a regular flat into an expansion. And so it made an expansion and then went in my direction. So my bias in this sense was still correct, but my entry technically should have, I technically never should have entered, because there is no valid reason for me to actually be buying this. It's very hard. The thing that I was trading on both these 2 trades was very, quote unquote, a lot of people in my group say this, dangerous. It is dangerous to trade the way that I'm trading, because even though it's basically a low probability for the trade to win, but if it wins, your win rate, or no, your win rate, sorry, your risk to reward will be very high, because you'll be catching a bottom of a market and you'll be getting a huge move in the return. Even though that sounds amazing, I think I should be working on my win rate, because if my psychology is weak, if I've been trading the same FTMO for over a year now, my psychology is taking a beating. I need to make sure my psychology can be strong and confident in myself executing. So I need to be more focused on the win rates rather than big risk to rewards, I currently think, at least. Some of you may disagree, and that's completely fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I think that is the best method for me at the moment. So the second trade here, this actually was the worst of the 2. It was the worst of the 2. The reason being, I mentioned there's a sell set up at the top that I could have taken, and if I did take it, it would have been a 1 to 6, 1 to 9 almost if I held it all the way down here, but I don't think I would have held it that far, to be honest with you. I would have probably held it back to this last low. In theory, if I took that, it would have been a good trade, even though I mentioned there is a sell set up at the top in that vlog video. I mentioned that, but I didn't take it because my bias is to the upside. With this trade, I had a pending order set to buy. At my buy point, it is about here. I'll move it slightly so it's more clear. It tagged me in around about here, right? My stop loss was just below this last low here, and I was looking to break the top at least one more time. Now, this came down very sharply against me. It didn't come down slow like I would prefer it to be. It came down very sharp, showing there's a lot of momentum to the downside. I ignored that and took a buy instead of a pending order, and got stopped out very quickly within an hour or 2, basically. So after that vlog ended, I pretty much got stopped out. But initially, when it tagged me in, it reacted. So there were some people buying, but the buying momentum and the volume wasn't enough to make the market move correctly. Now, these trades are both, in essence, very similar, because they're both entering in the same way. And the issue with them is that their win rates will be low. I'm not thinking these trades didn't work because trading is in fact a little bit random. It's a probability, I understand that. But these trades are known in my trading community in WeTrade Waves to be very dangerous trades and not the best to get a high win rate. So it's already known information. These aren't the best. And I ignored that and put it in my plan. So now I'm removing them from my plan completely. So moving forwards, you will not be seeing any more of these awful trades like this. So here we are back on my FTMO account now. And as you can see, ongoing still, here we go, 200K. This is the legendary account I haven't broken it. It's still chugging along. You know what the weird thing is about this account? Its consistency score is 96%. It almost is a perfect consistency score. This value calculates the consistency of your trading based on the result of each trading day. A high value indicates more consistent trading. So my trades are consistent, and I actually believe that in a way. I believe my trades are consistent because I look for exactly the same things over and over again. But the issue is they're consistently bad. That's the funny part. So it's consistent, but just because something's consistent doesn't mean it's necessarily a good thing. So I do know what I'm going to change moving forwards. That is not a problem. So yeah, moving forward, you'll see a slightly different way I trade, and that's completely fine. So this week I lost 1% in the account. It split into multiple trades because of, 2nd of October was last week, so we can ignore that one. So it was just these two trades of the week that I showed you, split into two, because obviously I take two different parts, two different take profits, as you guys know, and those are the losses on the account. Now, next week on EU, I am still looking for buys, to be honest with you. If we go on the bigger picture, I'll briefly show this to you, as I'm sure it's shown on the WeTrade Waves YouTube channel. I am currently looking at this structure as this sort of formation here. So this is sort of similar to this here, and I'm looking for one more push up to break this top here. Now, if we get that or not, that we'll see. At the moment, we've got a bit of an impulse up. So we'll see what happens going into next week, if this will keep going or if this will slow down and we'll look for more sells. So currently, my bias is still up, but only if it truly does show it to me. I won't be jumping in to buy setups like these two again when there is actually no reason for me. It didn't tell me to enter. It told me there's volume going against me, and I completely ignored it. Thank you for watching week 10 of my FTMO challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you dislike it. That's not a problem at all. Comment below what you think and if I am actually going to progress to make it as an FTMO trader and even a trader full-time with my own personal funding. Subscribe if you're new. I'll speak to you very, very soon.